so no one get pissy when we spoil Infinity War. Okay?
Yeah, if you get pissy, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
Yeah, we are clearly stating that this. I will put it in the title as well. Spoilers.
We
for
both
Infinity
are.
War. Yeah, because honestly, like, I do not want to have people throw pissy at me. Because I know there was the whole Finest Dimension Silence, but if you look online, there's plenty of spoiler reviews.
Yeah, we're open warning. If you don't want to
Yeah,
get
so
spoilers, get the fuck out.
If you want spoilers, leave. Okay. You watch the movie and then watch this. Let's be honest. Yeah. So, first of all, the ending. I just want to get this out right now, since everybody wants to say. The ending is quite literally a case of I don't know what the fuck is happening, but I like it.
Basically.
I mean, like, I've read the comics. I knew exactly what was going to happen as soon as Finest said the words.
It's more of a thing you were expecting it, but you weren't.
Yeah. So I just want to give a brief summary. So obviously you all know this by now. It's the Avengers all coming together with Guardians of the Galaxy. I just want to do some stuff in settings. It's all the Avengers coming together with Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. They all come together against Thanos, who's seeking out the Infinity Stone so he can wipe out half the life in the universe, because he believes the only way for there to be balance is to basically cull so many people.
Yeah, he needs to kill half the universe for there to be balance.
We will not like full on go on about the story, like tell you every minute detail, but we will talk about deaths, characters,
our opinions about it.
Yeah, so should we just go through deaths first?
So most characters.
I can remember the deaths in order. So it picks up like everyone guessed, with Thanos killing Loki and taking the Tesseract, also known as the Space Stone, from him. And naturally, there's nothing they can do. Hulk actually fights Thanos, but Hulk didn't stand a chance. I know that was a fight everyone excited to see, but Thanos just toys with him and then just brutally beats him. That's the only thing there is to it. And
it was a great fight, though.
Yeah. But like even Ebony Moore just says, let him have his fun.
Yeah, it was. I was honestly shocked by the ease Thanos was able to do. That.
Thought Hulk's gonna be the thing they use against him.
Yeah. Even Loki and Thor and everyone was confused by the raw power.
Yeah. And then I know one thing, because this is actually a question like I had going in, is how does how does Hulk get back to Earth? Heimdall sends him. He opens up a Bifrost and sends Hulk through it. Well, Bruce Banner, to be exact.
Well, no, he sends Hulk, then Bruce Banner ends up being in the end.
Yeah, because we see him like turn back. And what I found interesting is Hulk came crashing down through the Sanctum Sanctorum, aka the House of Doctor Strange. And this exact thing happens in the comics, but with Silver Surfer, when he tried to stop Thanos when he had the Infinity Gauntlet. So Bruce Banner was almost a placeholder for Silver Surfer in that bit, which I did quite like.
Yeah.
And I just want to, like, the Russo brothers found like a good balance for all the characters in the movie. Like, we didn't see too much or too little of one person.
I was actually surprised by that. I generally thought there was going to be that was a problem, because what was it, 64 characters?
Yeah, it's like 34 heroes, dude. Just say it as that, because like 64 characters is like people who appear for like 2 scenes.
True, okay. So 34 heroes, right?
32 heroes, and all of them like had a decent amount of screen time and weren't left out.
I was happy of all of it. None of them were underrepresented in screen time.
Yeah. Like, we saw plenty of each character, and honestly, I feel like we saw enough of each character to basically say, oh, so he was good in this movie. Which, honestly, is something that I was, like, going in concerned about, like, are we going, it's like, Thor, for example, like, is he gonna have an amazing scene, but that be basically his only scene?
Yeah.
Which is, like, one concern I had going in. I know a lot of people hated Thor, like, being a more humor-based character, but they kind of tone it down for this. Like some parts of it are still there, but we get like the old grand talking for as well.
But
Like,
me
I'm
and
just trying to
Jamie have
get all
talked
the
about this.
stuff.
Oh, we do have the one complaint. The only complaint in the movie is I do think 4 is still too humorful.
I don't know, man. I didn't agree with that. I thought like he still has a sense of humor, but
If you just
could
watched
chalk
your
that up
brother
to, like,
get his
him.
neck snapped, you would not be making jokes.
Maybe that's it. One, it can be a coping mechanism, and two, for all we know, Ford's losing his mind or something. Like he's just lost everything.
I
Really
just think
timescale of, like,
I
the
just
end
think they
for
were trying to
Ragnarok
represent the
20
Guardians
times.
too much.
Like I did quite like Four of the Guardians. Like it seemed like he didn't look completely out of place, did he?
Yeah, that was kind of surprising. He mixed with him a lot better than I thought he
I
would.
thought like it was gonna be like you're always like it's like you see Four and you don't see him as like a guy who's teaming with the Guardians. You see him as a guy who's basically just there for some reason. I did quite like that. It seemed like he was right there.
I do love what Drax says about him. He says,
Yeah, like
I love that he's
this
like,
is in the trailers, so it's not spoiling anything, but Drax kind of fangirls over Four.
oh yeah, totally. No, I love the scene about him and where he's like, now this is a man. He's like, and Sol's like, I'm a man. He's like, no, you are a dude. This is a man.
Yeah, I do like the way like I did like Four with Rocket. Like he's actually got like another friend now. I did quite like that.
Oh, I love the scene where he
what was
threatens to, where he says he's gonna steal Bucky's arm.
Oh yeah, okay, so there's a bit at the end where like, okay, so Thor gets his new hammer, well, axe, cool, well, it's Stormbreaker, I don't know why they need to be confirmed, but it's Stormbreaker, the weapon of Beta Ray Bill. It allows him to open the Bifrost, and he Bifrosts him, Rocket, and Groot down to Earth, and they're the only Guardians there. And they all fight together, and then there's a bit where Rocket and Winter Soldier are basically back-to-back fighting Outriders in Wakanda. And so, and then Bucky picks up Rocket, and they both just spin around in a circle, shooting everyone. And then Bucky goes, no, Rocket goes, how much for the gun? Bucky goes, it's not for sale. Then Rocket goes, okay, how much for the arm then?
He just gives
And
him a
then
look
Bucky
like,
just, like yeah, he like shakes his head and walks off, and Rocket goes, I swear I will take your arm. To be honest, again, you can say about the humour, but everyone's been thinking about that line. Everyone's been expecting that line for a while.
I know, but I just meant with the 4 thing. I don't mind it with him because it's different. But I think when you've seen like your entire species be brutally murdered in front of you.
Yeah. I like the way after Guardians 2, Rocket, he's more humanized. Like he could tell, he left, like he actually spoke to Thor and like cheered him up and everything.
Yeah.
Like he actually like spoke to him, and we can chalk that down to the conversation he had with Yondu.
Basically, I know who you are.
Yeah. Hawkeye and Ant-Man do not make an appearance.
Not really surprised about that, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll circle back to Hawkeye. I've already figured out what his position is in Avengers 4, but they basically say that Hawkeye's with his family because they're trying to work out a deal with the government, like a parlay, so they can be with their families, but they're not registering.
Yeah.
Like, they're not gonna be like super police or anything. I was gonna establish that now. I was surprised that Hawkeye didn't appear. I was almost expecting Ant-Man not to, because I don't know. I just wasn't expecting him to appear. I mean, like Hawkeye, it's the Avengers, and he's been there since the start, so I was expecting him to appear.
I was a bit disappointed, but it kind of made sense.
Yeah. So they're off doing their own thing, and they're both confirmed to be returned for Avengers 4, because obviously there's set photos and everything of the two of them on set with the others, so they will come back. Honestly, I was a bit disappointed by the Black Order. I mean, they all looked amazing, but it's just they were so weakened. Same with Thanos, they were all so much weaker than they
Thanos
actually
wasn't
are.
particularly that weak.
Oh, dude, boy.
He could have been no, listen. Let me listen to the justification first. He could have been a shit ton stronger. But I mean,
I see. I'm still kind of on the fence about MCU Thanos, like, not worshipping death. Like, I love the fact that we got a humanized Thanos, do not get me wrong, I do quite like that, I felt for him.
oh yeah. Spoilers again, especially Gamora. He kills Gamora.
We'll
Basically.
get to that in a minute, 'cause that ties into Red Skull. We'll cover that in a minute.
But yeah, I was just saying that humanizes him amazingly.
Yeah, so basically, this has already been released, so this part isn't spoilers, but the reason he wants to wipe out half the life in the universe is he tried to do that to his own planet to save it. Like, resources in the universe are finite. You cannot have unlimited anything. And eventually, the universe is just going to run itself into the ground, supporting everyone. But if that life is halved every now and again, that will never be a problem. No, it will be a problem, but basically he's prolonging the life of the universe.
By an amazing amount.
Yeah, and instead of brutally taking over planets and just like executing people, he wants to get the Infinity Stone so he can snap his fingers and just end it all. No pain, no nothing. Just fade away.
Yeah.
Like, he has this whole conversation with young Gamora where, like, he makes a balancing knife on her finger, saying keep it balanced. That's what I'm trying to do here.
Which, yeah, he explains to her, which is, I have an important question. Is he right?
It's the mission, yes. The execution, it's a weird one, really, because if you say killing half the life in the universe is good, there's not a nice way of saying that.
But in the end, you have to. He's right. Like, it's horrible. He's right. This is what I've started to like. If you noticed this,
Things you hate to admit it though, because he's killing innocent people.
There's been a trend recently. Marvel villains are becoming more human.
Yeah, like we had Vulture, Killmonger. Well, Killmonger was... Yeah, but Killmonger. I've just gone completely blank. Hela was not humanized whatsoever.
I mean, recently we've had what, 3 humanized villains?
Yeah, Vulture.
Debatably, who were in the right?
You know, Vulture was just protecting family, and honestly, no one can say they wouldn't do the same thing.
He's not right, but you can't blame. But you can't say he was wrong for doing what he did.
It's like you hate to admit it.
Yeah, it's like a Thanos. You hate to admit it, but he's right. In the end.
Yeah. So Soul Stone.
Oh, that was surprising.
So basically, Gamora says that Thanos sent her quite a long time ago on a mission to find the Soul Stone and bring it to him. She claimed not to know, but then he tortures Nebula in front of her until she eventually admits it. Like, she didn't want to see Nebula suffer. So
which is understandable.
Says where it is. I can't remember the name of the planet. It was like Vor something. And basically when they get there, the place is lifeless. Like, there's water and a massive stone tower. And when they get there, they're basically greeted by a Grim Reaper apparition thing. And he says, "You've come for the Soul Stone, I am its keeper." Him and Thanos talk, and then he takes down his hood, and it's revealed to be the Red Skull.
Which was like, holy shit.
Yeah, just to be clear, because I know this is something that people would be confused about, it is in fact played by a different actor.
That's why it looked different. I was confused about that.
Yeah, in Captain America 1, it was the guy who played Elrond, who is from Lord of the Rings, the High Elf. And in the current one, I can't remember his name. Do not bully me about this, but he was in Walking Dead. He was a gay character. I cannot remember his name, but he was in Walking Dead.
Oh, I know who you mean. He was in season 7.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's played by him, and basically he tells Thanos, he doesn't say he's the Red Skull, but it is very clearly the Red Skull. Like, you can see it. He talks about things the Red Skull's done. It is the Red Skull.
He has the accent, etc. He's clearly a German person.
Yeah, and basically what he says is, I too tried to wield the Infinity Stones. I held one in my hand, obviously referring to the Tesseract. And he simply says, I was teleported here, it banished me. And he goes, and now I am the keeper of the Soul Stone, because it's a curse I have. And this ties to, it wasn't the best Marvel event, but Original Sin with Nick Fury, where Nick Fury killed the Watcher, and now he's chained to the moon for eternity, just watching everything unfold. That's basically what Red Skull's in now, but basically he has the Soul Stone within his grasp, but he can never have it. So yeah, just a little Easter egg for you.
A lot of crazy things happen.
It's said to Thanos, Gamora's with him as well, that to give the Soul Stone, he must give a soul, one that he cares about. And then Thanos starts to cry. And Gamora's there laughing in his face, saying, it's too bad that there's nothing you love. And he says, why are you crying? And this is when, like, I already started to think it when he said that, but when Red Skull simply says to her, those tears are not for him, they fully hit me, and I just thought, oh dear God, he's gonna do it.
Yeah, I never thought he would.
Grabs Gamora by the hair and throws her over the cliff, killing her.
That was crazy.
And honestly, I saw Loki's death coming, I saw Heimdall's death coming, but this one got me.
I think this one got everyone.
Yeah, like, I was expecting Thanos to, like, either throw Red Skull in, but as soon as he started crying, I thought, oh God.
Well, my honest expectations, like the moment I saw that, before he mentioned the crying, what I generally thought he was gonna do is, he was gonna say a soul is required, and he lifts up Red Skull and does it to him.
And so after that, we see Gamora's body at the bottom of the cliff, and Thanos wakes up in the river with the Soul Stone in his hand, and he places it in the gauntlet. We don't see what happens to Red Skull, so he can appear again, but that's been left very. I would like to see him encounter Captain America in Avengers 4.
Yeah, that's been left open to interpretation.
Yeah, because he did say to Captain America, because you know how they've confirmed Captain America is the Nomad in this movie.
The Nomad?
Which is interesting. Yeah, when, like, he's, like, retired, but he's still going around doing stuff. Like, he's not serving just America anymore and stuff. It's a weird story that there's no real point in going into. And Red Skull told him, I see a future where there's no flags, no countries, and after Infinity War, we may see something like that after what happens at the end.
Yeah.
And, like, Red Skull just basically being, I told you I was right, and Captain America to agree with him.
This movie
moving on.
Was just crazy.
Yeah. There's nothing really major besides that. Star-Lord gets really emotional and actually just starts losing his mind at Thanos when he finds out. This takes place in Titan when he teams up with Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange.
To put it in context, how crazy angry he gets. He ruins everything.
Yeah, and but no, from Doctor Strange's point of view, that was going to happen no matter what.
No, he said there was one outcome where they could have won.
Yeah, and I think this was it.
Oh, I get what you mean.
So basically there's a bit where Doctor Strange's head's going weird. And what he does is, he turns around and just says, Tony, I just used the time stone to see every possible timeline. And he goes, how many did you see? And he goes, like 14 billion outcomes. And Iron Man
Yeah.
asks how many did you win, and Doctor Strange just replies, only one, here's what we're going to do. And he basically baits up Thanos with the Time Stone. Thanos turns up, everyone fights against him. Spider-Man actually, I quite like Spider-Man in that fight. Like, he held his own the best he could.
Yeah.
And Doctor Strange does really trippy stuff. The fight itself is incredible. And then Thanos decimates all of them. We all saw it coming. Honestly, after that movie, I've seen more Spider-Man, Iron Man, Doctor Strange all together. And honestly, Mantis and Spider-Man. Don't know
Why
why,
Mantis?
but those two interacting. Like, the few interactions they had, I found funny and interesting.
I found them
Because,
interesting, not overly funny.
Yeah, I like it. Like, Spider-Man does what he does in Civil War, where basically Ebony Moore's got Doctor Strange and, like, during all the pincer things, like with needles. He's got him in all of them. And then, yeah, he basically goes, hey, Tony, did you ever see this really old movie Alien? And they basically just blow Ebony Moore out of an airlock. And that's the end of Ebony Moore, which I found really disappointing. He's such an interesting
Yeah, that
character,
was...
but
I was surprised at that.
I'm surprised they give him telekinesis, because in the comics he's basically like Purple Man. Like, he will whisper in your ear, and you'll just feel compelled to do what he says. So, yeah. And then, like, the Guardians turn up later on, and Mantis is, like, trying to read Spider-Man's mind and just put him to sleep. And he's screaming, don't put any eggs in me! Don't put any eggs in me! He's, like, full on screaming, running away from Mantis and everything.
I was surprised, because in that fight, no joke, Star-Lord almost takes out Spider-Man and Iron Man single-handedly.
Well, to be honest, I think that's probably one of the most focused times Star-Lord's ever been, because he's, as far as he knew, Gamora was dead, and he was right. He lost, like, one of the only people he still loved.
Well, as far as we know, the only person.
Yeah. And so, yeah. Things basically carried on like that. Trying to think. I've gone blank. So, Iron Man puts up a hell of a fight against Thanos. Like, out of everyone, him and Thor are the ones who put up the biggest fight.
Oh god. The fight he puts up was insane.
And he was on his own. Like, Spider-Man was off, like, keeping the Guardians from basically
Dying.
unconscious, and he was basically moving out of the way. Was Doctor Strange unconscious? No, he was injured and he was just lying there.
Yeah.
Iron Man puts up a hell of a fight, but just no match for Thanos.
Yeah, it's Thanos. What can he do, really?
Yeah. And so, Thanos stabs Iron Man in the stomach. This doesn't kill him. It might kill him because he still has this injury at the end. But, Thanos, Doctor Strange then says, I'll give you the Time Stone just to let Iron Man live. I have a theory behind this, but we'll get to that in a minute. But, yeah, so he gives him the Time Stone, and then Thanos just leaves. He had no reason to stay. He just leaves.
Doesn't kill them all, any of them, or anything.
No, Nebula's there at this point, but we don't really see her do a lot. Like, we see her crash a ship into Thanos and basically say, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
We transition to the Wakanda fight, where Shuri's trying to remove the Mind Stone from Vision. And also, if you think like Jarvis will live like I did, his consciousness is trapped in the body, like in the body of Vision, so they can't get him out because he's actually got like a weird energy brain thing.
Yeah, it's too complex for a machine, like an actual machine.
Yeah, so like he cannot leave the Vision body. So if the body's destroyed, Vision is dead in all forms. Vision will die.
Because
And if the soul says, yeah.
just for a second, if you remember in the beginning of the movie, like roughly, even Tony says he's evolving. He's getting like smarter and becoming more human.
Yeah. And so Shuri's trying to remove that, which is like the whole reason they went to Wakanda. And they fight a massive war against the Outriders. Nothing really special to say about the Outriders. They're the exact same as they are in the comics. the whole thing about there being an Outrider King, we didn't see him whatsoever, which is
No, it was
pretty
just
unfortunate.
they weren't super disappointing. Like they were cool, but they weren't like, oh
I'm just saying, there's
damn.
nothing like unknown about them. Like everything that everyone speculated just came out true.
They could have been better, put it like that.
Yeah. So basically, they're all fighting against them, but then Scarlet Witch is forced to go out there because the Black Order's there, and the Avengers are losing. Bruce Banner's in the Hulkbuster suit. He doesn't become Hulk in Wakanda, like he does in the trailer.
Doesn't really do anything, really.
Yeah, just a little bit of context. So they're fighting as hard as they can, but Scarlet Witch is forced to stop protecting Vision and go out and help. And that's when Corvus Glaive goes and fights Vision, and then Captain America has to go and help him.
Captain America does better than I thought he was gonna do.
Yeah, so basically by the end of this, the Black Order are all dead. Like, Corvus Glaive is killed by Vision, which, honestly, if Corvus Glaive was going to die, that's how I wanted it to go. I wanted Vision to be the one to kill him. Original Scarlet Witch, really. But then the sky goes black and Thanos turns up.
And that's when shit gets real.
Yeah, the Rocket Raccoon and Groot are here as well. Like, when Thor got Stormbreaker, it allowed him to open Bifrost, and he used the Bifrost to teleport him, Rocket, and Groot down. And they're fighting against the Outriders, and they all disappear. And then Thanos turns up with all but one Infinity Stone. And it is essentially, and this is probably one of my favourite scenes in the movie, it's basically no sound on this bit, but all the Avengers are basically in a line, all staring at Thanos. And then Captain America just asks, is that him? And they say, yeah. And he goes, okay, let's just do this. And to be honest, I feel like when Captain America said that, he was expecting to die.
To be honest, what else would you expect?
Yeah, like, they were battered, beaten, and now, like, the big guy who they're all meant to be terrified of just turned up with all the Infinity Stones except for the Mind Stone. They do try. Scarlet Witch decides to try and destroy Vision along with the Mind Stone.
Succeeds?
All holding them off. Yeah. Oh yeah, that scene where Captain America's holding up the gauntlet, that happens for like 5 seconds. Like, everyone thought, like, oh, bullshit, he's not that strong. It happens for like 5 seconds, and then Flash just...
Also, the whole eye thing is in the movie, but I don't actually know why his eye color changed in that scene.
I think it's just a reflection of the gauntlet. That's all it is.
Yeah, I think it's
Panther,
just
like,
camera
jumps
work,
the
they
fire
couldn't
and
actually stop.
Yeah, and so... and then basically Thanos is staring down Scarlet Witch, and she starts blasting him. Actually, it holds him back as well. Like, it holds back a 5 out of 6 Infinity Stone Thanos, which is super impressive.
Just shows the raw power she actually has in this movie.
Yeah, she's definitely gotten stronger. And so, she holds him back, and actually manages to destroy Vision with the Mind Stone. And then Thanos basically pats her on the head and just goes, I know your pain, because obviously he lost his daughter and everything. But
Yeah, like, he had to kill her, etc.
And also, like, he says he's burdened with knowledge after he got the Soul Stone. I'm guessing, like, he might have known about Quicksilver and her family and everything.
Yeah.
But maybe that's also where it comes from. Like, she lost everything she loves. Thanos had the same thing. And, he just walks over to Vision. I thought maybe she's actually done it. She might have actually won. But then he said, as soon as Thanos said, there is no time, I thought, oh, wait, shit.
Yeah, that was on. I was like, we done.
He rewinds time to when Vision was still alive, grabs him by the head, and rips the stone out.
And kills
then
Vision.
That's it. Yeah, Vision's body actually looked creepy at this point, I'm not gonna lie. Just wait
Oh god, it did. His body went pure, like, grey.
Yeah, which is a thing in the comics where his body was destroyed and then rebuilt, and it's an all-white body.
But this was like a creepy grey.
Yeah, like, it's just the image of death. Speaking of death, Thor jumps in and smash, because he wasn't in that bit, he jumps down and smashes, like, the Stormbreaker axe into Thanos' chest. And honestly, I don't know about everyone else, but I thought, has Thor done it?
Dude, I was shocked. I actually thought Thor did it.
Yeah, because like Thanos drops to his knees, coughing everything, and like poor Odin's son is just looking down at him, thinking that is what, and he goes, "I promised I would kill you." And Thanos like groaning, and then it turns into a laugh. He goes, "You should have gone for my head," and just raises his hand, clicks his fingers. And then it shows people fading away. That was the longest list, so keep up. We see just half the universe die.
And for a second, we all, everyone thought it was gonna be the minor characters. It wasn't.
Yeah.
They didn't
right,
hold back.
I want to list them off. Bucky, like he says, Steve drops his rifle and drops to the floor. Falcon, he fades away. Black Panther. Considering how insanely popular he is, that surprised me.
That was the way he dies, because he's picking up the bodyguard. About to.
Yeah.
Everyone assumes the bodyguard's about to die, right?
Yeah, he says this is no place to die, and as soon as he helps her up, he just fades.
No, doesn't even get the time to help her up. As soon as his hand touches her, he fades.
Yeah, I'm blank now. I'm just trying to think who else in Wakanda dies.
I think
Groot dies, like, Groot reaches out for Rocket and then dies.
Yeah.
Who else in Wakanda dies? There's more than that. People think Shuri faded away, but then again, we didn't see it. That's possible.
No, I think she stays.
Okay, so switching over to Titan. First person to fade away is Mantis. Like, she says something's wrong and then turns to dust. Then Drax says, "Peter, what's happening?" and then he fades away. Star-Lord then looks at himself and just goes, "Oh no," and fades away. So the only Guardian left standing is Rocket.
Yeah. Not.
I want you all to think about that. The last Guardian is Rocket. He's all on his own. And then, honestly, the most shocking one of all, you hear a voice say, "Tony, I don't feel so good," and then you see Peter Parker limp past, and he's fading away as well. And honestly, what made us sad is, one, he's a teenager.
He's like 16, isn't he? 15.
Yeah, and like he's fading away.
He's younger than
like,
us.
Yeah, he's begging Tony, "Don't let me die, please. I'm not ready." And then like Tony's just holding him, and he just goes, "I'm sorry," and then fades away. Spider-Man died.
Yep.
Like everyone knows he's coming back. He has a sequel planned, but Spider-Man, they killed off Spider-Man.
That's what I mean. They didn't hold back on us.
No.
This was a no holds barred movie.
And then we get a scene with Thanos where he's in an all orange landscape, and he sees younger Gamora, like kid Gamora, as we saw earlier. And she asks him, "Did you do it?" And he says, "Yes." And he goes, "What did it cost?" And he said, "Everything." So as in, Thanos has lost everything he loves now. And I feel like that could be hinting towards Mistress Death. I don't know. I feel like it could. No one quote me on that, but when he appeared in all that in that place, I was expecting Death to be stood waiting for him.
Oh, me too. Maybe this is just an idea. It's probably not true.
That was Death.
Yeah, Death took young Gamora's image.
Yeah. So, and then it just ends with everyone sat down just thinking, what the fuck just happened? Iron Man sits down crying.
Dying too.
Yeah, see, that's pretty open as well, because Nebula might be able to help him. Because the only people left on Titan now is, Doctor Strange fades away, and he even says Iron Man, he goes, "Look, Tony, this is our chance, this is our end game, this is our last bet."
Yeah.
So this was all in Doctor Strange's plan. He knows what's going to happen next, and frankly we don't. So, and then it ends with Thanos just sat on a farm planet, similar to the end of the Infinity Gauntlet story. He just sits there completely at peace. And that's it, everyone. End of movie.
It was
the end credit scene is Nick Fury and Maria Hill. At the moment, everyone started fading away. No, they don't really say anything important. Like Maria Hill fades, and like she says, "Nick, what's happening?" And then she's gone. And then Nick Fury goes, "Oh shit!" Runs to his coat and pulls out like a little pager. Presses the button, and then Captain Marvel's image comes up, and that's it.
Then he fades.
Yeah, Nick Fury goes, and then he nearly says the most famous Samuel Jackson line of all time, "Motherfucker."
Yeah.
And the movie comes to him like that. Right, so I'm making predictions for Avengers 4 right now. Avengers 4 Endgame. That's a rumor of what it's called. Right, so Captain Iron Man's gonna somehow make his way back to Earth, maybe. Do not quote me on that. Him and Nebula will find a way down. Hawkeye's family got erased, which is why he goes dark and becomes the Ronin. They develop some kind of, I don't know, like I can't explain the back in time since that could be multiverse. Like maybe they go out there looking for an army. The bath technology from Civil War, which lets you relive past, like your past with holograms. I'm not entirely sure. Captain Marvel obviously be in it. I feel like that will be one of the main weapons against Thanos and any other villain, because he is confirmed for Avengers 4. Adam Warlock, I feel, will appear, because me and my brother talked about this, because the Sovereign created Adam Warlock to get revenge on the Guardians, didn't they?
Yeah.
I feel like he might track Rocket to Earth, and then like he has a whole thing where he goes, "Rocket, you have stolen from the Sovereigns." Then they explain what's going on, and then he joins them.
Or he goes after Rocket looking for an explanation because his species has started dying.
Yeah. Maybe like Rocket will say, "Look, take revenge on me later," because he is the one who stole the batteries. It was him. He was acting on his own, not with the Guardians.
But this is more
And
important than either of us.
He says, "Look, your species probably got half wiped out as well," when Adam Warlock's going to basically acknowledge this. Maybe he'll go back and check and turns up later. But I feel like we're going to see Adam Warlock.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And I feel like it's just because they said everyone thinks Infinity War was just the build-up. Like, this is going to be the fight.
Next movie's going to be The Thing.
Yeah, I feel like this is when we're going to see all the Guardians, all the Avengers together, with Adam Warlock maybe, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, all of them, uniting to go against Thanos one last time. And it's going to be like it was in the comics where he basically just says, "Come and get me." And then he is monster of all of them, but they're going to have some kind of secret weapon.
Basically, shit's going down.
Yeah, I feel like Ant-Man will come in, but I feel like it could be time travel, because there is a rumour that they've cast an older version of Ant-Man's daughter.
Interesting.
There's some rumours that Avengers 4 takes place 5 years later, so that would work in the timeline as well. Apparently they're casting a 16-year-old Cassie. So they can set up Young Avengers, which honestly I'd love to see Young Avengers. They're like one of my favourite. Like the original Young Avengers story was just incredible. It's a way to do Kang the Conqueror as well. Liam, unless you have anything to add?
I think we could talk about one thing. Besides Spider-Man, who had the biggest, like, death-wise influence?
Come on.
I mean, being erased.
Honestly, I know it's not a big one, but Bucky, because I was expecting Cap to fade away and, like, Bucky become Captain America. Because that is something they've been hinting towards. Like, even the actors have said, "Oh yeah, if Cap dies, Bucky's going to take his place."
Yeah, I could see that.
Which was surprising. I was expecting Cap to fade away, but it's like all the OG Avengers are still alive.
So who are the people you okay, obviously everyone expected Cap and Iron Man, one of them to die.
I was expecting everyone knew Loki, everyone knew Heimdall. I feel like we were gonna see Valkyrie and Korg's death.
Yeah, that was kind of annoying.
I mean, like, the person who plays Valkyrie, I believe she was filming Westworld at the time, so I guess, like, she had time scheduled. They might have filmed it and just not shown it, but you never know.
Yeah, it might be in, like, An extended cut.
And also, we know that she died because, one, if Thanos didn't already kill her, the ship got blown up. And Thor's a god, Valkyrie's not. I think
Yeah, as much as people like to promote Valkyrie, no, Thor is just the strongest there is, besides Hulk.
Yeah. Overall, I did incredibly like the movie. I've been waiting a long time for this, like every other Marvel fan. Yeah, I thought it was
Should we give it
incredible,
a, would you, okay, an important question, is it a 10 out of 10 movie?
Yes, in my opinion.
Would you give it your badass seal of approval?
It has the official Jamicus, go see it, otherwise you're missing a giant chunk of your life.
Nope. This is a, it has a nerd at a round table seal of approval. It's a must watch.
Yeah, but it's been on a scale of nothing to Infinity Stones. We're giving it an Infinity Stone rating. We need to work out a rating system related to comic stuff.
This has the round table's approval.
Yep.
10 out of 10.
Edit this so I can get it's approved, kid.
Yeah. This,
yeah.
100% approved. If you
gauntlet on.
So if you watch this point and you haven't seen it, what are you doing?
Yeah, honestly, people, go watch it. It's my favorite MCU movie because it's the main one that made me tear up. It made me laugh.
Me and Jamie are solid men, but even we have to admit this movie made us tear up a bit.
Yeah, no, dude, it was just like Gamora's was sad. Like that was one that made me go, "Oh Jesus Christ!" But it was Spider-Man's that made me like nearly cry.
Me and Jamie were both in cinemas where people were crying around us.
Yeah, people are fainting. People we are not making this up. Go look it up. People are fainting.
Yep, that's true.
That's how like insane it is. Go watch it, okay?
If you've got to this point in the video and you haven't watched it, what are you doing?
Yeah, Avengers Endgame. Well, we're calling it Endgame, okay? We're calling it Avengers Endgame. That comes out. Oh, Avengers 4. Let's just call it that. Avengers 4 comes out the same time next year as this one, somewhere between the end of May and May the 4th. Yeah, that's your date.
May the 4th be with you.
Shut up. Dude, no, because I'm pissed about the Solo movie. That's kind of shit. The next Marvel movie to come out is Deadpool 2. I'm gonna watch it. After that, be Ant-Man and Wasp, and then Venom.
I think we should do this as like a thing. We should try do it from every Marvel movie comes out. We should try do an episode on it.
Yeah. So unless you have anything to add, Liam, I think we can end it here.
Watch the movie. Subscribe to this channel. His and mine. Yeah, his and mine. Liam Legacy.
eBay for me as well.
Yeah, Liam Legacy and Legimicus. And watch the movie. The 3 most important things in your life. I am not joking. These are more important than anything.
Breathing? No.
No, fuck breathing. Fuck food. Fuck sleep. Subscribe to me and him and watch this goddamn movie.
Oh yeah, and also we've started a new share play series that we'd really like that is pretty fun. If you want to hear us completely destroy our voices, voicing a bunch of dickhead characters.
Yep, I'm not going to be talking tomorrow.
Yep, wait, what'd you say?
I probably won't be able to talk tomorrow because my voice hurts.
Yeah, well, we're recording more of it, so that sucks.
Okay. Basically, by the end of the week, I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, dude, like, do what I do for that. Just use your regular voice. I know we got a comment saying people like my Junko voice, and I got to say thank you. But yeah, Liam, you have anything to add? Hey, want to do any e-begging?
I think I just done enough, but like I said, most important thing, 3 things in life: watch the movie, subscribe to us.
Yeah, one thing that was mentioned to me on one of the last Twitch streams I did. Oh yeah, I know that sounds like eBay, but don't go follow me on Twitch, okay? Like, I'm done with Twitch. Like, all my streams just get deleted immediately afterwards, and not due to censorship or anything. They just don't come up anywhere. So I'm done with Twitch unless that problem's resolved, or I can get a solution.
I think it's a size channel. I think this channel's big enough.
Yeah. So Far Cry 5 was mentioned to me. If I could play Far Cry 5, I would. Okay, but I don't have it. I can't afford it. We may come to it in the future. I don't know, because
I will add
honestly,
this. I
driving
may be
around
getting
in
God
a
of War soon. Far Cry 5 is a
Yeah, so-
maybe. And
yeah,
if Jamie's a
Liam
good
maybe signed
boy,
God of
I'll
War.
let him borrow one of them after I'm done with it.
Oh wow, thank you. Yeah, Liam's gonna be playing God of War possibly. Also known as Dad of Boy.
Yes. Boy.
Dad of Boy. I want, alright, if you do a series on it, I want you to just call the series Dad of Boy. You do not call it God of War, you call it Dad of Boy.
I'm calling the first episode Dad of Boy.
No, just put it as like, call it God of War, and then put in brackets, Dad of Boy.
That's the first episode. Well, be all the episodes I can't come up with a name for.
Yeah, there's so many memes, like, already. The game's not hasn't been out for that long, but there's already so many memes of Kratos just saying Dad of Boy.
Boy.
Okay,
Boy.
so I feel like that's everything. Thank you all for watching. It's greatly appreciated. Yeah.
Just
See you
have a
next
good day. Watch that damn movie. Subscribe to us.
Be the good, be heroes.
Yeah.
See ya.
Love you guys.